Hey guys, Jeets here. Yes, that is the official nickname I've given myself. It's short for Vegeta. Is it Dragon Ball Z's Vegeta? Why, you might ask? Because, well, like Vegeta in the story that is my life, I have the best character development. Wait, today's video I'm going to be talking a bit more about why it's important to actually get out there and interact with the world around you, build yourself up, build up your self-confidence, improving yourself, and why that'll actually help you create better content. And what better way than to use my trip to Landsborough yesterday as the perfect example of what I'm talking about in this video. But before we actually get into that, first you must smash that like button, and don't forget to pick up a Chase Hoodlands t-shirt. No, kidding, you don't have to get the t-shirt. Wink, wink. Please, I'm desperate. No, I'm not. Alright, now, throughout this video, I'm going to be showing you clips from my Landsborough trip. You know, you'll start to notice as you see these clips, you'll just sort of notice me coming more and more out of my shell as the day goes on, and me just overall having fun checking out the scenery and getting some excellent scenery shots, which will help for my comic backgrounds in the future, especially since my latest project is based in a country background. Now, the first thing you guys actually need to understand about this trip is that it really was truly challenging for me. It was really challenging. The closer I'm getting to my destination, the more nervous I'm getting. That's good. Getting excited. I'm now here. Just got off at Moola station right here on the outskirts of Landsborough. Now, let the hike begin, and let's get these scenery images I need for my next comic and check out that abandoned railroad tunnel. Because not only is it a good backdrop for when I do the ghost train scenes in my comic, it's also, well, collecting old landmarks and old buildings and things like that is kind of a hobby of mine. Right, let's do this. Couple of beers for when I reach the end of my journey, because why the hell not? And hard in some cases, and even downright scary in some cases. But I'm definitely proud that I saw this trip through and didn't worry about the consequences. Now, to be truthful, traveling is not something I really do. It's not really something I just go, hey, you know what? Let's take a trip and go hiking for the day. It definitely got me out of my comfort zone, and it was also scary because, well, in some ways for other reasons, but ultimately the trip was an enjoyable experience, and I learned so much about myself during the whole course of the trip. Anyway, so we'll continue on. Well, definitely found the area I'm supposed to be in, so we're on the right track. And just looking at the road here, I really should have brought my skateboard. Mango Hill? I found the hill of mangoes! Oh, I'm definitely going to have to stop in here at some point. Oh, it's a bed and breakfast. Okay. Interesting. Well, before I go on, I just want to quickly say how proud I am of myself. Yeah, you know, it takes courage to
to just get up, go somewhere, basically pretty much spur of the moment, and facing your fears and just getting out there and doing something different and challenging yourself. And I hope I continue to push myself like this in the future.
The other thing that made this trip really scary for me, but only at first, is well, I'll tell you the truth, I was actually this close to actually full on cancelling the trip. I found out an old friend of mine actually bought a property in the area, and just a very real possibility, even very real 3% possibility that I could run into this person while I'm out there simply doing my work, could have sparked an awkward confrontation or some sort of consequences. Well, bottom line is what I was thinking, that's not good for Ryan. But throughout the days leading up to the trip, I just ultimately decided I just couldn't keep living in fear of that. Now this person that I'm talking about, I'm not naming names or anything like that on here because well, I respect her, and I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna compromise her privacy or start anything like that. And yeah, so yeah, I ultimately decided that I can't keep putting my life on hold, living my life in fear of potentially seeing this person again, because I've actually been holding myself back 3 years because of that incident. When our friendship basically parted ways, it was like sometimes to me, like when I have a really dear friend and they leave, it feels like being abandoned in a way. Like, I think the heartbreak I get from dear friends like that leaving, the dear friends that you come to love and admire over time, I actually think they hurt. Losing those friendships actually hurt me more than losing a partner I'm dating, or I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way, but there could be more people out there like me who have felt that sort of thing before. And well, my advice for you guys is basically if you can follow my example, because even though I knew there was a very real possibility that I could run into this person and risk an awkward encounter, I ultimately realized that at worst, the only thing this would have cost me is an apology. And well, like I said, you can't keep living your life in fear, and which is why I ultimately decided to go through the trip anyway, because I needed to get over this fear and anxiety that I'd see this person again, and the chances are one day I'm most likely going to see that person again. Some way or form. It's just one of those things you can't avoid. Let's put it that way. And so when I first got off at Mooloolah Station, I was quite terrified when I first started hiking up and just really admiring the sceneries. But while I was up there, I just sort of got lost. I sort of got lost in the scenery, For the next thing I knew, I wasn't worrying about that. The anxiety and fear went away, and now I'm able to... I was able to do my job, have a really fun day out, enjoy myself, and build my self-confidence up exponentially, because this trip, it was pretty epic. There were definitely some obstacles I had to go through. There was, like, when it was raining really heavy, anyone would have called it quits, but no, I kept walking through. I wanted these scenery shots, I was determined to get these scenery shots, and I just kept pushing through it, telling myself, keep going. When I was getting tired of walking and just wanted to stop, no, keep going.
Wow, look at this. Gotta be careful here. Look at that. See what I mean? You get out there and actually use your time to go looking. You never know what you're gonna find. Like, look at that, this old building. Like, as a comic artist, could you imagine what I could turn that into? Perhaps it's perhaps a rundown building where the bad guy lives, or with these bars in front of it, I could put a few more buildings with it and turn it into a mental asylum or something. You see, as a comic artist, you got to get out there and learn to take inspiration from everything. Your life is one big canvas filled with inspiration, and your memory, what you see, is the camera. And yes, I totally stole that from Brian Griffin from Family Guy. I don't know, I might not even leave here. I might just walk around here forever and ever. I don't think I really want to go home now. I mean, just imagine, away from everyone else's negativity and bullshit. It's just amazing up here. I'm glad I came. I'm really glad I came. This is fantastic! It's mental! I can't believe I'm here! We're heading into the dark.
And for a brief moment, I ended up getting lost on the area I was exploring. And
it's official, I'm an idiot. Well, just hit a bit of a snag. I just came across this gate ahead of the trail that says private property, according to the map I had, which here comes the stupid moment, which I left at the freaking Gold Coast.
And but managed to find my way back. I saw this side to me that was perfectly capable of solving my own problems when I got myself in a situation, which is a part of me I thought that I wasn't sure I really had anymore. So it was good to actually get out there and actually see that side of me come out. Someone who was determined not to let anything sway him from what he was trying to do, what I was trying to do up there. And that eventually led to me figuring out that I was going completely the wrong way to where I was trying to get. I was trying to find an abandoned railway tunnel as a perfect scenery shot for the new comic, because there's a few ghost train scenes in the comic, and an abandoned railway tunnel is just the perfect sort of backdrop.
I think that's someone down there. Maybe they might know. I'll try ask them. Well guys, I've done gooped. I was going completely the opposite way. Yeah, that man I saw down the road was a big help. He pulled out his Refidex for me and full on pulling me out, you know. Poor man, you know, he's working out here in this weather. But you know, he still takes the time, you know, help a fellow Aussie out, and that's, you know, it's moments like that that makes me proud to be Australian. Alright, so now that we now have a new heading, let's do this.
Ryan Melrose going on a journey, finding the abandoned railway tunnel. He already went completely the other way before and completely got himself lost. However, that does not deteriorate our hero as he bravely ventures through, finding the next clue that will get him to Rose Road and the Forest Reserve. He's risking fear. He will endure. Will he make it? This is the perfect job for Right Cop. The terrain is treacherous. There's danger all around. There's danger all around. But that will not stop Right Cop.
It turns out I was going completely the other way, and then I'm literally walking to this on this next path, and the whole road is just blocked up with road traffic. You couldn't walk up it. A hiker could not walk on it, and yeah, construction workers were very insistent on that. But funny enough, there was actually a construction worker there who was actually nice enough to actually full on give me a ride to the place I was going, which was the national park.
The bottom of Tunnel Ridge Road, just there. Yeah. Apparently they were doing some roadworks or something, so another bit of a roadblock. But yeah, one of those that construction worker just there just gave me a ride all the way out to Rose Road here. So we're nearly there. We're nearly at the end of this journey. Now the fun part's going to be getting back. Yeah. Well, hopefully they're like any other road workers and, you know, quit after 5 o'clock or whatnot, so then I can just sort of walk down without any worries and then start heading home. But one problem at a time. So it's been a lot of trial and error, bit of going completely the wrong way, but we're nearly there now. Just got to push on from here. This is it. I made it to the forest trail with a few obstacles. Now it's time to go down there and hopefully we find that tunnel. If might give me an hour or so to find it. And if I can't find it by then, you know, it'll be time to start heading home. I still got some pretty good scenery shots while I was here, so we can definitely use those. Alright, let's finish this.
And so ultimately I actually got to where I wanted to go, and I got myself in another bit of a situation because like I said, it had been raining all day. I completely forgot about, you know, like the trail being like slippery and muddy, and I ended up getting stuck on a really steep traveling path, like muddy hill traveling path. You sort of get what I'm talking about. And there's another one on the other side that's going up, so I actually got myself somewhat stuck, and I was stuck there in for about 30 to 40 minutes trying to work my way out. And for that 30 to 40 minutes, I started feeling, which in a way I kind of wanted a challenge like this. I wanted something to sort of recreate a sort of feeling of helplessness, because I remembered with this friend, when the friendship ended, I sort of had a feeling of helplessness. So, by going to this place, being in the rough proximity to this person, that took care of the fears and the anxiety, and I can honestly say I don't have those fears and anxieties anymore. I reckon I could walk right up to this person and chat to him again like a human being without, running off and cowering somewhere, so that's good. And by feeling that sense of helplessness again, it was, I just sort of felt something in that moment, just an inner fire, like a leadership quality of me, being like, you know what? I'll use my Vegeta voice for this one. Ryan, get yourself out of this mess. There's no one here to help you out of this one. You got yourself in. You can get yourself out. And so, I actually noticed on the path there was a tree root sticking out, and I was able to grab that, and I used that to pull myself out of that hill. And by then I decided, couldn't really go any further on the walk, because it was just simply becoming too dangerous. So unfortunately I had to end the trip then and there, but I can always go back again when it dries up and try to find this abandoned railway again and actually get the photo. I'm determined. I'm going to get that photo. and even the trip coming back had its challenges, because it turned out they had the trains closed for the trip back. They're doing some sort of work or some sort of fault with the tracks, I think they were telling me, and I'm gonna be stuck here overnight. Didn't quite have enough money on me to go to a motel room or something like that. So, roll. But it turns out they did have buses replacing it, so that was a bit of a relief. And I actually started up having this awesome conversation with someone else who was waiting to get the train back, and we had a good talk. And an aspiring photographer, no less. So it was pretty awesome talking to them and getting to know them a bit. So yeah, I'm quite proud of myself. I'm glad I talked myself into going on this trip, because I just learned so much about myself. And being away from the noise and the scenery was just amazing. This trip has definitely inspired me as an artist. This is something I could write about, just that whole entire adventure. And it didn't just physically challenge me, from as far as the hiking and going on the walks were concerned. It challenged me mentally, because I had to solve one problem after the other. It was actually quite fun. Actually, it was actually quite a thrill. The challenges were quite a thrill in a way, and of course, I got over my fear on what might happen, if I run into this friend again, and I realized that for the 3 years that I've been running and hiding and full on avoiding this person, it's held myself back. And I realize now that if I hadn't have gone on this trip, if I hadn't just continued to run and avoid, not going into the lion's den as it were, then I'd be running and hiding the rest of my life. And that would affect the content I create too, and what I'm trying to do, and building a career from my content. well, like, let's say for example, as a comic artist, let's say I draw a comic and then I hit some sort of roadblock that stops me from progressing any further, and then I just go, okay, that's it. I give up. This is too hard for me. I'm just gonna avoid this and just not even try. That's what I reckon would happen to me if I hadn't went on this trip yesterday and got over this fear of not seeing my old friend again. And the truth is, now you're probably wondering, how is that relevant? What does that got to do with making comics? Your personal, your mindset, your self-worth, your mindset is 100% key. It has everything to do with it. If something's bothering you, if something's holding you back, then that is going to transfer on your content and what you do, and it's going to keep you there. So the question is, what would I rather do? Would I rather risk going to this place, running into this person, maybe have an awkward conversation that could have either turned out good or bad, or because truth of the matter is, you don't know, or dealing with any possible any other drama that comes with it, or do I just want to stay here in my room the rest of my life? And that's where it boiled down to, and that's why I knew I needed that trip yesterday. And it's really given me a lot more clarity about everything too. Like, I feel I'm more able to accept things the way, accept, what had happened, and learn from the entire experience, or all the experiences I've had with this person. Change all those negatives into positives, turn it into a lesson. And by doing that, my already limitless potential increases tenfold. So the point of this video is, whatever the challenges are, whatever it is you guys are going through in your life, whatever it is, don't give up on yourself, and do what you gotta do what you think is best, is my ultimate advice here. And some of us heal and cope in different ways, and there's nothing wrong with that, and and ultimately you just can't keep hiding away, expecting things to get better if you're just hiding away. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta put yourself in the deep end, even stack the deck against you, and then just pull yourself out of it. And I'll be honest. Yesterday's trip, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever felt so alive. Now, that's about all we have time for this video, and don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already, and of course check the website, buy my t-shirt. I mean it. And I'll be back again on YouTube for another upload. Until then, this is Jeet signing off.